so much for coming back to my YouTube channel to watch another one of my fashion stylist tutorials. So this one is going to be a little bit of an extension from my series of how to become a stylist. Now I know you've already clicked on the title because you want to find out how you can become a stylist in 5 easy steps. So if you're interested in finding out how you can do that, well, stay tuned. So of course, before I get started, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support and also for your patience. I have relayed in my previous videos that, you know, so much has been going on this year and there is a lot that I really have planned for this year. I am really just kind of allowing things to just be as they are, but as always, I will do my best to always put out content to help you guys, because that's really what I want to do. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Also, do not forget to subscribe. I know you're watching. I know this is like the 2nd or 3rd video you've watched now, because I know you're binging it. I can see it. I need you to subscribe. Press that buzzer and let's get me to 10k, because when I get there I can start filming at the YouTube studios and the content is gonna just be so much more easier. The content is just gonna be easier to create and it's gonna be much better. Honestly, I'm so excited to get there. Also guys, do not forget to turn the notifications on so you can stay updated whenever any new content comes out. And please guys, please support all the videos on my channel, because at the end of the day, these sponsorships and the other collaborations I do, it helps to keep these lights on and it helps to keep me going. So please do support. And also, if you have any more questions or any suggestions for new content for me to put out, please do comment it below in the comment section and I will do my best to get back to you and create that content. And last but not least, do not forget to share. Sharing is caring, of course, and I'm really excited for my videos to help so much more people. So please do share it, tell a friend, and yeah, share. So the previous series that I created was about how to become a stylist. I really spoke about my experience as a journey as a stylist, and I also showed you the characteristics it takes to become a stylist. Now I'm giving you these 5 simple steps, but please do keep in mind that it is not foolproof. You know, certain things come into play, circumstances, and you know, it's an individual thing at the end of the day. So this is kind of just an outline, something that you can follow as a guide, but I really do think it is important for you to, you know, bear these things in mind and follow it as a guideline for you to be successful, because that's what I'm going to put out there. I want you guys to be successful, and you know, this is my guide for that. So the first step is deciding what stylist you want to be. Now I always say to people who contact me and ask me, you know, I really want to get into styling, how do I get into it? At first I'm always like, what stylist do you want to be? Research into it. There are so many different types of styling out there. You know, you've got an editorial stylist, you've got a personal stylist, you've got stylists that are specialized in commercial work, you know, TV work, celebrity work. There are so many different subsectors in terms of fashion styling. So work that out, because when you do that, it helps you to then, you know, decide what type of portfolio you need to create, you know, who you need to intern with, all of those sort of things. Going over to my video on how to build a portfolio, I touch on this a little bit. So that is like one of the main things. I think I even covered this in my Q&A. Research what type of stylist you want to be. From then you can start your journey. So the second step now is to test and build your portfolio. So when I say testing, you know, that comes up in my keywords video. It's all about doing shoots, and sometimes, you know, without a portfolio, without any background, you need to do test shoots, and that is photo shoots that are free. So you need to find teams and basically build your portfolio by doing test shoots. You can also build your portfolio by doing commission shoots, submission shoots. Build a core for yourself where you can start to learn techniques, you can practice with your techniques, get better. I mean, if I didn't do test shoots, if I didn't do photo shoots and all of that, I wouldn't have been able to work out, you know, what style I like, how I like to work, you know, what tools are my favorite, how to do certain things with my tools and all of that. So get into that, guys, you know, research these things because it's so important. With that, you also then have the ability to build a team for yourself. You know, there are photographers, makeup artists or nail techs that you're gonna love, and you're gonna work with them consistently because you love what work they do. And guys, please, please, please make sure you check out my Q&As and make sure you check out my video on building a portfolio, because I talk about the importance of teams. Teams are going to be make or break for your career, so build a strong one and make sure that even if you are the weak link, you perfect your craft. It's all about continually getting better, and it's all learning curve at the end of the day. Also, while you're doing this step of, you know, building your portfolio and doing test shoots, you're also gonna then start to create a relationship with PRs, you know, brands, you know, graduate designers, whatever it is. You're gonna start working that out. So this is where you're gonna practice your skills of sending really good emails, of learning how to pull properly, and then actually getting to, you know, actually act out the mastering the photo shoot process, because that's so important. You're going to be using your tools, all of that. So build that portfolio, build those relationships. This is where you're going to be networking. Do not neglect this part of the journey and neglect this step, because it is make or break at the end of the day. And I've created some really, really good relationships, and you know, it's important to kind of keep those things going. I mean, people move about. You're gonna find that different PRs that you create relationships with are gonna move to different PRs, and you know, it's all about just kind of trying to keep on top of that and creating a really, really good, you know, network for yourself. And you're also going to start to learn, you know, the other logistics, you know, where you're going to have to actually like buy items, maybe even return items, all of that. And I touch a little bit on that in my finances video, because you know, the money to buy stuff, it comes from somewhere. So head over there as well to have a look at that. But that's very, very important in step 2. So the third step is promoting yourself. Now, this is quite like a bland way of saying it, but it is, you know, it's all about promoting yourself. Now, you want that word of mouth coming in from the test shoots you're doing, from the editorial you're doing, you know, the teams that you are creating relationships with, the PRs. You want yourself to obviously be, you know, in their minds, but however, you've got to promote yourself. And it's much better right now because you've actually got social media, you've got all these platforms where you can promote yourself for free. And there's now even the ability to actually do promotions where it's paid promotions, so you can actually get to a targeted audience to actually advertise yourself. It's amazing what you can do now on social media. So guys, I need you to do that. Use Instagram, you know, use these social media platforms. That's the free way of doing it. I also talk about, in building a portfolio, using a blog. You know, I used my blog to express myself a little bit more personally, so it wasn't as obviously clean cut as what you would do to present your work to everybody. So it's a way of obviously working out your style, you know, you can do get the looks, all of that sort of stuff. And also this is where you can build your website. So when you feel comfortable and confident, you could build a website, you know, you can work on logo. Please do not focus too much on your logo. I found that there are some people that, you know, are even doing mentoring with me and they're very, very much focused on getting their logo right before they even start putting out their portfolio, before they even start doing their blog, before they even start setting up Instagram accounts. They're worried about the logo. Don't worry about it at all. It could even just be a normal font writing. Just get your work out there. There are a few websites that you could use in terms of hosting your website. You know, Squarespace seems to be one of the most popular ones in terms of portfolios. A lot of creatives are using that. So you can use something like that to, you know, promote your website. On top of that, there's other sites that you can use which are portfolio based, so you can present yourself on them. But it's so important to continually keep putting yourself out there, keep promoting, and also on top of that, just make sure it's fresh. I know myself, I need to update my portfolio. I need to do some fresh shoots. Keep it coming, keep it going, and keep getting better. Now, the fourth step to becoming a successful fashion stylist is getting published. Now, I know I've kind of touched on that when I talk about, you know, testing and building a portfolio, but you can test and you can build a really successful portfolio, but still never really be published. I mean, I know people that have got hundreds and hundreds of, you know, shoots under their belt, but no real successful magazines that they could pull out and just be like, yeah, I've been in here, I've been in here, you know, I've done that, you know, I've been awarded, whatever it is. So guys, get that commission letter. I call it the golden ticket. Get published, because it adds that notch to your belt. It really does, you know, make you that bit more professional. You know, I touch on this in my building a portfolio video, and then I most importantly, which you need to watch on this step, is getting published, how to get published. I've done that video for you guys. I feel that is another step where it's just like, okay, now my name is really getting out there. Submit your work, get commission letters, test, put yourself out there, network, talk to PRs, find out who's got contacts. This is what you need to do. And you know, I note it where I say that fashion stylists, in my opinion, have it harder getting work published. So really push your photographers to contact these magazines, and push with photographers who've already, you know, got their work published and stuff like that, because you know they're already like editorial standard. So do that. And also in terms of publishing, you know, work with people who have got clients and stuff like that, because, you know, for example, I work with a photographer who does a lot of commercial work, and they love me as a stylist, so we work together as a team, and that helps me get my commercial work out there. It helps me to get commercially published. And I think that is another essence, you know, of published work, not just editorial. Get yourself in newspapers, get yourself on a billboard, get yourself, you know, in advertisements and TV and, you know, commercials, all of that sort of stuff. You need to get that under your belt. And then the last step, which I think is really, really important, is establishing yourself and, you know, gaining clients. I feel like when you've gained clients or when you've established yourself, I feel like that's the final step. That's like the peak of your career. Now, this changes. I have one goal for myself, but I found that the journey has changed, and sometimes it can be really stressful for me. So if you feel that way, you are not alone. But the journey is going to change, and you're going to want to be different things, or you're going to become different things. But at the end of the day, don't let the end goal change. You need to establish yourself. So from test shoots, from promoting your portfolio, from getting published, you need to start to gain a book of clients. Now this could be celebrity clients if that's what you're into. This could be commercial clients if that's what you're into. This could be a magazine that you start to actually freelance for and doing work for. Do that. A lot of stylists that I know tend to attach themselves to a brand. This is one of the most trusty ways of becoming successful. So you could be an e-commerce stylist if you want, and you could start shooting in-house for, say, ASOS. That is like a job where you continually style. It's, you know, a steady paycheck coming all the time. Someone else is paying you. You know, you've established yourself that way. Maybe you start working underneath a magazine who is paying you that way. You know, maybe you start freelancing in terms of style expert, you know, advice or whatever it is. You attach yourself to a brand, because doing that, it also does help you establish yourself. Some people obviously decide to just work for themselves. I find that the most successful people who work for themselves, where it's just that, you know, styling is all you do, is personal stylists, because they begin to have like a roster or a book of people that they tend to do personal styling for continually. You know, God bless you if you find even a celebrity who sticks with you and takes you all the way throughout their career, because that has been like one goal of mine, but it just hasn't happened for me. My experience personally hasn't been that great, so that's something that I've decided not to do. But for you, it may be completely different. So, you know, if that's something you're really passionate about, go for it. Establish yourself and gain that client, gain those clients. If you're deciding that you don't necessarily want to attach yourself to a brand, and maybe you don't necessarily want to do personal styling or celebrity styling, do something where you've got several streams of income. That's the most important thing. You know, I do commercial styling, I do editorial styling, you know, I've got editorial work, I freelance write, I also do influencer content, which is paid, and you know, there's all sorts of things that I am now doing which are creating different streams of income. There's still so much more that me personally I want to do, but this is something that you guys need to consider. Those are your options in terms of finality and getting at your peak, because it's all about steady income. When you haven't got that steady income, or income coming in from different avenues, that is when it becomes stressful. That's when it feels like, you know, let's just say creativity takes you so far. I think that every person who does this job needs to be creative at heart, because if you're only money focused, you're not going to get far. So you need to have that instinctive creativity. However, creativity is only going to get you so far when you're not getting a check, when you're not getting those invoices paid or money coming in your pocket. You're going to feel drained. You need to be replenished and paid for your work. I've said this before, but there is this huge misconception that all fashion stylists are loaded. However, when you're working for the right clients, when you've got a good stream of income coming in, and you're doing things with proper brands and proper people who are respecting you, I can definitely see how you could possibly be comfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not gonna lie at all. So head over to my finances video, please, if you haven't already, because that's really gonna help you in terms of income and how it works, and you know, where in general I feel that you're most likely going to thrive. And there it is, quick and simple, 5 simple steps which are going to outline for you how you can become a successful stylist. Please guys, head over to my playlist of the, you know, I think it's the Fashion Stylist Starter Pack. That playlist is going to give you everything you need in terms of becoming successful at your job. Watch it over and over again, because you're going to understand things differently along your journey, whether you're starting out, whether you're in the middle, whether you're in a crisis, whether you are at different steps. Maybe you're at step 3 and you know you need 4 and 5. head over to that playlist because it's really going to help you. I've given you so many tools and tricks for you guys to become successful and, you know, reach your goals. As I said, guys, if there's anything missing from my channel, any videos that you really want me to put out here, please make sure you comment below in this video because I really want to hear this. And, you know, my @ is somewhere on this screen. Make sure you head over and follow me. I love hearing from you guys, so make sure you follow me. I've also created a new page which just promotes my portfolio work, which is by Erica Matthews. So make sure you guys head over, follow that account as well. But my main account is what's on the screen now, and I just put basically everything on there. So I look forward to seeing you guys again in my next tutorial, which will be soon. And do not forget to continually support my channel by watching all the other videos as well. I'm gonna pop some here, somewhere here on the screen. I'm gonna wait for you to click on them, but I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.